favorite song because you played it. I'm trying to think of it now. Not that one. Yeah, Turning Point was my favorite song.
Okay.
Turning Point. I don't know why. I think it's because when I heard it at the listening party, it was either that or maybe Tempe Cambi. Maybe. Yeah, it was that one as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think now. Um, yeah, so that was probably two of my favorite songs from the listening party, and then listening to it back, I was like, I remember this song, I remember this song, and I remember this song. Because certain people I was talking to that I know that came to the listening party as well, that I knew before I left, I was talking to them. They were like, "Oh, this tune was sick. This tune was sick because of this, the way it was this," and I was just like, I never listened to it properly like that. And then when I listened back, and I was like, I get what they're trying to say now.
Okay, that's cool.
Because I was just listening. I was just there just to listen.
Sure.
I wasn't having an opinion of. I was an open mind. Surprises me. That type of thing. So that would probably be the thing that I would say, but
Why would you say Turning Point?
Probably beat wise. I would just say like I could just play that in the car.
Yeah.
I could literally just put that in. I could literally, if I'm in a car with my dad, put that on. He will not think they're swearing, and it's fine.
Sure.
Because you know what parents are. They're like, they play on the radio, or they play their own music, and I'm like, I'm either in Filipino music, or I'm listening to the radio.
Sure.
And I'm like, no disrespect to my country, I do love you, but I don't really want to listen to that. But yeah, like I would play that another thing. I could play it with my nephews and nieces around.
See the thing I said about future-proofing my bars.
Yeah.
I don't swear in any of my music.
That's really good though.
Exactly.
That's really good. Do you think that's because of future-proofing, or is it just you're just not really a swearer like that?
I swear, it's just I went through a whole phase of like disrespecting myself.
In what way?
Like just not taking care of my future, not taking care of my present self, disregarding all the privileges I've been handed, and just living my life in a certain way. And throughout that, I was really prolific in all the music that I was making, and I said a lot of things that in songs that I completely regret, and it's recorded, it's out there, whatever. And when I came out of that phase, I was like, yeah, there's some changes that need to happen. So one of the things was like, I'm going to produce all my own music from this point onwards, and also just no more swearing in the songs. I don't need to. Like, I think swearing anyway for me is something that I do subconsciously. I do it because I'm not thinking about what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
And if you're writing lyrics, you're thinking about what you're going to say, so you have every opportunity to omit any foul language. And it was stupid if I don't follow through with the opportunity.
I think who did that? My mom made me notice it actually. It was back in the day. Because I was obviously, when you're into hip hop, you're kind of doing the fashion thing as well. The baggy clothes, new era hats, all that thing, yeah?
Yeah.
So, I think because my first album that I ever bought was actually at as a what was it? Car boot sale. I found the CD in the car boot sale. 3 of them actually. One was first Bow Wow album, Beware of Dog. I think it was the Game documentary, and Nostradamus Nas album. I played that Nostradamus album for time for at least a year, for at least the rest of the year. Yeah, I love that song, especially the one with Ron Isley and all that stuff. And I think MTV Base was on. You remember MTV Base? Comes on TV now. Will Smith Switch comes on.
Right.
And then my mom's like, why don't you listen to Will Smith more? I said, huh? She's like, he doesn't swear. That's what we would prefer. He doesn't swear on that rap songs that we see on TV. And I just thought, Does he? Or does he not? And I'm thinking, he actually never has.
Mm.
The ones that I've heard, anyway. Not all of it, but whatever. And I'm not. He might have the same process as you, in the sense of future-proofing everything. Like Summertime, I don't think has swearing.
Nah.
I don't know. Unless they play like a certain section and then keep it moving. One of them ones on a DJ set. But yeah, Will Smith, I've never.
Will Smith doesn't swear in his raps to make record to make. No, Will Smith doesn't swear in his raps to get Grammys, but I do. So F him and F you too.
Eminem.
You think I give a damn about a Grammy?
Yeah.
He
So
does, yeah, for sure he never ever swore in his tracks, man.
No
Yeah.
parental advisory stickers on his albums.
I respect that.
yeah.
And like I think he tried to stop Jaden from doing it before he was like 18.
Yeah.
So Jaden would always say Joker instead of saying the N word.
Exactly.
And then obviously Jaden did his own thing
Yeah.
at that point.
Has Jaden swore in records? Yeah.
Yeah, he has now.
A lot recently. And it kind of, it feels a bit uncomfortable. It's like he's doing it just to do it because he wasn't able to do it before.
It's one of those ones though when you're
Yeah.
like young and you're just
If you hold a kid back from doing something,
Yeah.
you just like
He won't ever do
entice
it
them more on
properly.
it.
yeah. Because it's a little tangent. Because what you just said, your kid holding kids back, it's a little of what's going on in the world. Sorry, but I don't. Do you guys watch basketball? Do you know anything about sports?
Nah. I used to love basketball as a kid, but I grew out of it.
Oh, that's fine. Dwayne Wade, recently, his
His son.
son,
Sure,
yes,
yeah, I know
that's
about
been
that.
in the news recently.
Yeah.
Coming out as gay, and obviously, they are. I think him and Gabrielle Union have said like they're gonna call him a her, instead
Right.
of comfortability for the child.
Right.
I think the child is 12. So a lot of people are saying that's fine. You're not restricting to who they are. You're just trying to adapt.
Mhm.
But also there are people that are like, this might be a stage. What if they change their mind? Because there's a rapper, I don't know if you know, by the little name Lil Boosie. He came out on social media recently saying, you guys are going too far. Of, I think, trying to dispute almost like a sex change type of thing. Like, let the kid do a sex change or something. I'm not too sure if that's a rumor, whatever. But the guy's like, it's fine to accept your child as a gay, but don't be saying that he's not still a guy. Calling him a her, or maybe like cutting dick off or whatever, all that stuff. And I'm like thinking, I get what he's trying to say, but it's almost like I'm thinking about what's been happening as of our generation, especially when it comes to the LGBTQ community, like being oppressed. And I don't know if you know, like in Russia, they don't like LGBTB anything. They ban it. They throw. I think there was a documentary by Reggie Yates in Russia. There's a very popular documentary of where one of the guys got tattooed just because he's come out gay and he's protesting. Just a sign outside, and he got jailed and put tattoo branded on top of his forehead.
What did it say?
I forgot what it was in Russian, but I forgot. I
okay.
forgot the tag. But
Right.
it's like a demeaning thing or whatever.
Wow.
And he still protests a little bit there, just to kind of show tried to show like police would still come if I did this, just did this, and people would like rush me or actual like beat me up, throw knives at me, try to kill me, various other things like that. Even politicians are like that as well in Russia, so it's quite a thing. But when you mean in terms of restricting children, do you think Boosie's right, by the way, first? And who do you think's more? Because obviously mental health is another example of this as well. Because if you're restricting someone, it's obviously at a certain age there's a possibility of mental health problems. Not trying to find out who they actually are as people and stuff like that. So out of this whole thing, what do you guys think? Like, just in general.
Global parenting is like a whole other issue. Like the fact that now we're living in an age where you can get like a report on how you're doing as a parent, like over the internet. That's just weird anyway.
Yeah.
Like keep everything in your house.
Sure.
Do you like these like YouTube families? The YouTube
I don't
I
really
don't
watch
get
any of that
into
sort of
it,
stuff, man.
yeah.
Nah, I'm not really into people like that.
Yeah, watching other people live life is a bit weird. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then second of all, like, I'm a biblical man. I'm a Ghanaian man. Like, certain things just can't
I hear you. I hear
run.
you.
Yeah,
Period.
Yeah.
End of.
Yeah.
What have you got to say about it?
I concur.
But you just let people be. To be honest, you just let people be, and you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
believe. Yeah.
It's none of my business,
That's
man.
it,
We've
yeah.
all got God to answer to. Like,
That's the thing, man.
end of the day, if you think that's correct, then hold it down.
I hear you.
But you will be judged for, like, your parenting, as well as the things that you personally do. You will also be judged by, like, the things that you instill in your children too. So
Yeah. Okay.
if you think it's correct, then you know what I'm saying,
I hear you.
That's on you.
I hear
it's
you.
on you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Do you have that fear though of like when you guys turn into parents? Of like
I don't really
Nah.
feel like that. Nah.
Nah.
nah. Well, fair. A lot of people do, especially in our age.
Yeah.
Our age range. Our generation maybe.
Mm.
You know, but yeah, we got that little bit of a fear of being a parent, of like being first time parents, because a few of my friends have obviously got children, and they've changed. They always say they've changed, but they're like never expected it, never expected it, and it's just like wow.
The thing about life is you're equipped with everything you need at every moment in your life,
Facts.
and it's easy to think that when that time comes, I won't be equipped. But you know what I'm saying? Are you equipped right now for what you're doing? Like, of course you are. Like, if you're equipped for the next, what's gonna happen in your life in the next 5-10 minutes, then you'll be ready when that happens. Like,
Yeah.
you just learn as you go. That's really how life works. I think anxieties and like worries and fears and all that sort of stuff are just useless
Yeah.
in some respect.
Yeah. I'm assuming you guys live for the moment then, to a certain degree.
Nah, I don't.
Nah.
Not really.
Not really. Oh.
Nah.
Oh.
Very prudent, but I'm just
That's
saying,
fine.
like,
No.
yeah.
No one's judging. No
I'm
one's
just
judging.
saying that, like, it's just understand that what you're gonna go through in life, it will challenge you and it will test you, but you'll be ready for it. And if you're not ready for it, then do your work now. So when that time comes, you will be fully prepared.
Facts. No, it's a good way to think, to be honest. Like it's not like, how do I say this? You know, you're just trying to something in your head and you just go blank. And I'm just like, fuck's sake, man.
There's nothing wrong with
I was
that.
trying to be very like intelligent right now. Now I just want to go blank, man.
That's
Fuck.
not a sign of unintelligence.
God damn it.
That's just a
Yeah.
sign of being a human being.
No, but no, I'm just thinking like I want to, like for me, I was thinking of something really smart and just to say, and I'll just be like blow, but then I'm like, I forgot.
All right, we can do a layup right now.
No, it's no point. It's gone.
You got
You
something.
throw me the ball, I'll just
Yeah,
I'll leave
I'm
it
just
gone.
gone anyways. But
So
No.
it's like that Salvador Dali quote, right? That you should never strive for perfection because you'll never reach it. Like, it's something you can't reach.
yeah, you took the words out of my mouth already. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was it. I was trying
That's
to
it.
say.
I
Yeah.
think if you have an idea that you need to be a perfect spouse, a perfect parent, a perfect son, daughter, human being, perfect creative, then you're gonna always fall short. If
Yeah.
you just recognize that you just do the best you can, and especially when it comes to relationships with other human beings, including your children, you can only do so much because that is an individual and they're gonna go through their own individual journey. You can only do so much to instill so much in them, and just leave the rest up to what will happen, wherever their hearts will take them and whatever life will lead them to do.
Yeah,
And recognizing what's in your power and in your hands to instill and to do and to enable and to input, and letting go of what you can't control.
yeah.
That's the only way to live life. It's just recognizing that you have the tools at every given moment, as David was saying, but you can only do so much with those tools, and then you just have to let that building stand.
Yeah.
Whatever you can,
You gotta
can
make it
build.
work.
That's it.
You gotta make it work.
Set the
Yeah.
foundations, build what you gotta build.
Yeah.
and
When it
leave
comes
it
to
alone.
life, man, like, I look forward to messing up
Yeah.
because it means I'm gonna learn something.
Yeah.
And learning
Yeah, that's
means
just
that you're alive.
is
so-
that because you have that desire to learn?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Because not every person has that desire to learn, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because maybe they're comfortable where they're at, but also at the same time doesn't mean that it can backfire to the word degree that they could always think they're perfect.
I was say to myself, like, when I don't want to learn anymore is when I'm ready to die. I think like when you see people in like their older years,
Yeah.
and for example you're trying to teach them how to like use a computer, and they're just not with it, they don't want to know. I feel like you might as well lay down and die by this point, because if you don't want to learn anything, then what are you really doing
Yeah.
in life?
Mm.
Like, life is literally about the process of constant change. And if you're sitting in a position where it's not even about being comfortable, but in a position where you no longer want to accept and adapt,
Mm.
and I don't mean to like the new climate or the new culture, but just for your own personal safety and personal perspective, then you're pretty useless to a certain extent.
No, I hear you though. I hear you. But no, that's a little diversion. Sorry about that. As
No,
we,
it's all
now you know when you do like the little
It's all about diversions,
segments.
man.
Yeah.
That's literally life.
Yeah.
You're on your
But,
way to one destination, and between you end up in so many different
Yeah,
spaces.
you got like you could go to one way, but you then just choose the other, and just like, oh, this was more fun, the type of thing. But back to the project. What's your favorite song? Two questions really, kind of simultaneous. What was your favorite song off the project, and also, what was your favorite song to make?
Good questions. Do you want to go first?
Winter Mood Interlude is probably my favorite one.
Mm.
That was a weird one because so I like sampled Eric on the guitar. Like, it's one of the earliest beats I made. So it was like a couple of summers ago.
2017 probably.
And yeah, and then I had the lyrics, everything, as you hear them. Now I had them like in my head. I tried to record it at that time, but I just wasn't prepared. I couldn't execute the lyrics and the delivery in the way that I could hear it in my head.
Yeah.
So I completely disregarded it for like way over a year, and then we were like going through and trying to find tracks to, because as well as like recording brand new material for Rich Exchange, we were like trying to find beats that we can implement that we'd already worked on, just to make it the workflow a bit quicker. And when I found that beat, I remembered all the lyrics and everything, and I was like, cool, I'm just gonna try and record everything once again. So I vocaled everything as you hear it, and that little outro bit that Eric is singing in just the last like few seconds of the song, that is from 2017 when we first made the beat, and everything else in between is what I did kind of on the spot by myself.
That's interesting. So that's your favorite thing to make?
It was like mixing it was so difficult. So difficult.
Oh, listen, editing of this just for voice
takes its toll on it.
Because I just listen by ear. I try to listen by ear as much as possible, and especially on with like background noise, gauges, all.
It's a process.
Still trying to learn the other stuff, but yeah. But so that would be your only song for both questions then?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'd say it wasn't for me. Yeah, that song meant a lot to me personally, because it just spoke about my transition from that dark place into a better place, and it just felt like the first song I kind of bossed up on. You know, like I was able to really stand tall and say like, this is where I'm at. You know, and be confident in where I'd come from and in where I now am. And I just like the eeriness of the chords as well, because it's kind of like a gospel song, but it's like an alternative, like indie rock gospel song / rap. It's just so interesting. Like, to me, it was the perfect take from what David brings production wise and what I bring guitar and melody wise on a gospel record, like a gospel anthem. Yeah, so I love that song, and making it as well. I think the first time like I heard the like loop of the guitar and hearing David like put it through the samplers, I was so shook because it just sounded like so spiritual and ethereal and out of this world.
Hit your soul.
Yeah,
Those
real.
ones.
That's
I
it.
made the loop for that track. Wasn't for me. Turning Point, and I forgot the third one, but I made them all literally in the same like 3 hour window.
That's crazy.
So
yeah,
I played them all to him at the same time, and
Yeah.
he was just like,
That was heavy.
yeah, it was like a heavy session of like going from just having like these plain guitar chords.
Mm.
That's how every track starts. It's literally just him and the acoustic guitar,
Yeah, yeah,
and then I just take it into what it becomes.
yeah.
So that was
You were just like, yeah, I need more, more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always good though. That's always good to hear and see. For everybody that is listening or watching on YouTube or whatever, please listen to the project because I think you'll just enjoy it. I think from top to bottom, you'll enjoy. You might, as people do, they're very picky on sounds. They might not like this flow. They might not like that flow, but you'll at least enjoy. At least I would guarantee 2 songs, 2-3 songs, at least, because I think there's you guys just put yourselves on there like as human beings. The way that this conversation has flowed, just in general, you can kind of tell that the project will reflect this type of conversations that we've had, and you can tell from the music that you've that was played, not just that you've released, but also that when you're releasing the listening party, I can kind of get it now. You know, it just clicks after during this conversation, and after you can tell it relates. It just, and you're just like, okay, you kind of understand. Not you get a glimpse. Sorry, it's almost like a glimpse of your so-called bubble. It's a glimpse of your. It's just a window of who you are. It's just enough for you to be like, splat, splat. There you go. So, yeah, that's always that's a not every artist can do that. There's only like, especially at this age of music now, like it's mainly singles. It's mainly as you said, EPs. Not obviously ghostwriters are there and various others. So not everyone just everyone's just like, we want music, we want more content because everything's online, so streaming and stuff like that. So
Rich Exchange 2 is the next thing, man. That's gonna come soon.
oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It sounds like
Have you guys started already, or is
it's
that
almost finished.
it's almost finished? Okay, cool.
It's
Okay.
like a whole different spectrum of like ourselves and of sound. It's like it's big. It's a lot different as well than the other project, but it sounds like a perfect continuation.
That's good then.
Yeah.
That's good. Was there ever what was I gonna say? Collabs wise, because I think during the listening party you guys said about people coming from overseas.
Okay, yeah. That
Yeah.
was-
How does that work for you guys? Because I'm gonna assume just by from this conversation, that you guys are kind of like introverts. Is that a thing to say?
I am 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think I've become
You've become
like
Too much hanging out with me, just
Yeah.
like put him in the same.
you've absorbed
Yeah.
his genes.
And at the same time, I've absorbed a lot of like extrovert qualities.
Exactly.
from hanging
Yeah,
around with
okay,
Eric.
cool,
Like
cool,
I
cool.
was very socially like.
You were
to
just
myself.
like you were just unavailable in your head.
Yeah.
100%.
and I was too available.
Yeah.
I think now we balance each other
Is
out.
there anything that's too available?
Oh yes. Yeah, I was an open door like 24/7, and you need to close doors. It's dangerous to leave doors open.
Yeah,
Anybody
okay.
can come in and plunder and rob
I get what you mean.
your house. You know what I'm saying?
It's like for me weird to say like I like my own space.
Mm,
I like being alone, but sometimes I do miss people and talking to people.
mm.
And I had that problem for a while, I think, because I think I never had real friends like that until uni.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
That
I
makes
moved
sense.
around a lot
Mm.
during my early years of being born. um, And then when I stuck here, that was when it was like, yeah, I got friends now. And a lot of people are like, yeah, but you know a lot of people, but no, that don't mean anything.
For sure.
That really don't mean anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I think this probably the last few years have been to where like I have friends, definitely. So, like, did you guys end up bringing those people in, like the people that you outsourced, or is it that it just happened naturally and they wanted to come and just vibe with you guys?
So on Rich Exchange, there are 2 songs that we co-produced with our friend Sam. He plays bass in a band called Bad Sounds.
Yeah.
And
I think he was there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they were there.
They were there. Yeah.
They
I
were
remember.
supporting.
Yeah.
So that basically came about because when I started producing, I was using an MPC 1000, and that's the same unit that a couple members of the band use, and Sam specifically. So we have a lot of conversations about it, etc. And
that's for some people, that's tech talk. Like, you know, the ones just like when you just have that. A lot of people around would just be like, shoo, shoo.
Okay. The MPC 1000 is like the MPC as a series of drum machines by Akai.
Yeah, I've seen them being used here as well.
Yeah, a lot of your like favorite hip hop tracks have been produced in MPCs.
Yeah.
Kanye specifically is heavy on the MPC.
Jay
Dilla, Just Blaze, Dr. Dre's is a 3000.
Was it A-Rap Music?
Of course.
He's just used that MPC to the fullest.
Yeah.
Like,
his fingers are built for it, man. Like the speed.
when he produced, what was the record he produced? I don't know if you guys know a guy called Dave East.
Yeah,
I've heard of him.
I'll play your record that he produced with Tiana Taylor.
Okay.
You would never expect, because I'm assuming you guys seen him live, like the live videos and that how he does it freestyle, whatever, and played that completely different.
Okay.
I'll play it through the speakers later, but it's completely different. But yeah, that NPC is mad. So, how did you guys get in touch then? It just happened online, I'm assuming.
with Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were just talking, and through Instagram, and I just said, yeah, we should make a date to jam. Went round to his place, and we're just figuring out what we should sort of work on, and we started on Exit Close. I had like the guitar loops on my sampler, so I had a little SP Roland sampler.
Sick.
So we gave them to Sam. We expanded that, worked on that, and then I had made the loop for Tempi Cambi already with the drums, everything, and then I played it to him, and he was just like, "Yeah, leave that with me as well." So he just added some stuff to it too.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then we got the whole project and Eric's Slump Sundays project as well, mastered in Finland by a friend that stays there.
Cold.
So he studied in Bristol. That's how we got to know him.
Oh,
when he
okay,
moved back.
cool. Yeah, he moved back.
So yeah, we keep it close knit. We only like
Yeah.
work with people that we're really familiar with, etc.
The way it happened with you and Sam, then that reminds me of how was it Kanye and Timbaland with the production of Stronger happened.
Yeah.
I think Timbaland helped with chords
Yeah.
on certain parts of Stronger. I think Ye was already created the actual bass line, everything, just the rhythm, everything, concept done.
Yeah.
You just needed something else, and that's when Timbaland was in the studio and just go crazy with it.
Timber is like my favorite.
Yeah. Who's your favorite producers then?
Who would you say is yours?
If you gave like maybe a top
List.
3, top 5, yeah.
You go first and might inspire some out of me because I can't really think right now.
What's he called? Zach Hill of Death Grips.
Okay.
He produces all the Death Grips discography. So he's got.
What genre is that?
That's a very good question. It's a blend.
It's a blend of
Yeah,
everything.
it's
Okay, cool. I need to
heavy.
check that out then. I'll check that out.
Electronic, yeah.
I'll check that.
madness.
I'll check that out. Yeah, definitely.
So him, Timbaland, and me.
Rate it. Psh,
Yeah.
believe in your source, boy.
Mm.
How about yourself? Or rappers, or your singers, or anyone you're inspired by right now.
Yeah, I would say Kid Cudi, because he produces too.
Yeah.
Indicud's one of my favorite albums by him.
Which one?
Indicud.
Indica. Did I listen to that? Which cover was that?
The one with the fire, like the explosion in the gold frame.
Indica. Oh, was that the picture frame?
Yeah.
Yes, I listened to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll say Kid Cudi, Kanye West definitely. I grew up loving Kanye West.
Yeah.
And still do. Yeah, especially with the Sunday service stuff he's doing as well.
Yeah. Have you listened to the Choir album?
I have. Yeah.
I need to.
Touching.
I need to.
Yeah, it's powerful, man.
Yeah, it's good. Apparently, it's really good.
Yeah.
Apparently, that was the people prefer that over Jesus is King.
I can see why. Jesus is King, after you listen to it enough times, it kind of loses its flavor. But
Because I have a belief that it's not. People say it's a gospel album, but I'm like, I don't think so, because of the fact that I think it's more of a concept of gospel. So he's a man that was lost and said, I'm a changed man, and God has helped me there, and God helped me create this album.
Yeah, it's gospel influenced.
Yes, but I wouldn't say it's a gospel album.
Nah, because he's not a gospel artist. So
we could say that about obviously "Blinded by Your Grace" by Stormzy. People consider that as a gospel album, but gospel song, sorry, but that's not a gospel artist.
True.
So
that's true.
Fair enough.
I mean, labels don't really matter, man. Like,
yeah,
I think in this day and age, every artist is capable of
producing it,
making anything.
Yeah.
And I think, like, if you're not always talking in a very Christian way, does that make you not a Christian person? Like, it's no different than, like,
that's very true.
I always rapping this way, but now I'm rapping a gospel song.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true, actually. So it depends on people's perception on that person, really.
Yeah.
Or that artistry. Sorry,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say person. That's a bit offensive. But yeah, as them as an artist. Just trying to think of me producers, because I'm a big production guy. I love production for some reason. I'd say Pharrell.
Yeah.
Is a big. I'm a big fan of Pharrell clips, like Neptunes. That's apparently there's going to be another Neptunes project. I'm not too sure. There's a rumor. I'm just saying.
So
Chad, please, my Asian brother, please come back. Please come
do you
back.
prefer Pharrell over Timbaland?
Because
one of the
he's
hardest
produced.
universal questions.
It's the hardest because I love Timbo. For the fact, I don't know if you watched this clip of him playing songs for Jay-Z
Of course.
Sure.
when he found Dirt Off Your Shoulders.
Sure.
Yeah.
That
You got that bounce?
you got that
Yeah,
bounce.
you
You got
got
that bounce.
That was
And he
correct.
played
Just
songs.
stomp it out.
There's one beat that no one recognizes, but
Yeah.
the rest are songs for Brandy.
Oh wow.
One of the songs
Ludacris.
are for Brandy, Ludacris, and something else, and obviously Dirt Off Your Shoulders, and the other one which no one recognizes. So those 4 songs. One was for Brandy, which ended up on the album. The other one is obviously Ludacris as the popular. Is it Potion?
That's
Yes.
the potion.
Yeah, and Dirt Off Your Shoulders. So that was one.
So you'd say Pharrell is.
I don't
preferable?
know because Timbaland has different source with like
That's the
Justin
thing, man.
Timberlake,
That's the thing.
Missy Elliott.
Missy,
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah, like,
Come on, bro.
and then you got Pharrell that's
Jay-Z.
involved with Justin Timberlake and outside of Neptune's clips,
Yeah.
and Jay-Z, Kanye, you know what I mean?
T.I. He's done.
Oh my god, the T.I. part, yeah, that's still mad to me, crazy. Ryan Leslie is definitely one of mine.
Okay.
I
I've
have to
listened
put
him
Ryan
some years,
Leslie.
but yeah.
I have to put Ryan Leslie for some reason.
Mm.
I don't know why I gravitate to that guy
Mm.
as a person and as a musician. I don't know what it is. I think it's because of his flipping videos that he puts of him in the studio,
Okay.
and he just goes ham.
Okay.
Like, oh my
I
god.
just remember watching this one years ago, and he like had a black card, and he was just producing this track, and I think he wanted like sax on it or something, and he just
Oh,
like,
I remember. Yeah,
he
yeah,
just
yeah.
bought
yeah,
it right
yeah,
there
yeah.
on the spot. The guy delivered it, and he just played it, and I was just like, bro, how can you flex like that?
That's
He actually just bought it and said,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I need it delivered today though," and he paid extra. So yeah.
That's it.
And then obviously the Mozart documentary as well is one of my favorites.
I haven't seen that.
No, I haven't seen that.
It's when he made. It's after his case.
Okay.
It's
the
after
case?
his court case about his laptop.
Oh yeah, that was huge.
The $1 million one.
Wow.
But actually He's actually said this. Watch the Throne was in there.
Ooh, wow.
There was Watch the Throne songs on that specific laptop.
Gosh.
A week before he lost it.
That's crazy.
So he was meant to be on Watch the Throne.
That's crazy.
Oh, I see.
Because he was in the rooms with Ye, with everybody, with Hit Boy, with these Frank, with these people in Paris, then loses it the week later.
That's cold.
That's why he was costing like 10k, 20k. He needed that because 3 of his albums were in there as well.
Wow.
Bro, just back it up.
But that was the thing. I think he wasn't thinking like that. He was just because he's tied to it. Tied to it. You know what I mean? So those would be my favorite producers. And outside of that, obviously Rick Rubin is I'm a fan of. Who else was there? Travis Barker as just the drummer, I think is incredible. Insane. I have to listen to a project with him and him in the game because
I forgot about that. Yeah,
they had a few songs.
Heavy. Yeah,
it was incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know who else. Obviously Dre.
Yeah.
Obviously there's UK producers. I don't know if you know any UK producers.
Trying to think of some.
Can't
really think of any.
Obviously J5.
Sure.
J5 is popular right now. Skepta as a producer. JME as a producer. Javon. I don't know if you guys go. A guy called Javon.
Nah.
He's produced a few things. Really, really sick.
Okay.
A guy called Coltrane. I don't know where he's from though. He's from the UK. Who else? Production. Shaka. A guy called Shaka. He's from the UK.
Okay.
Super, super dope.
He sings as well, right?
Yeah, he sings. He's a writer, singer. Yeah. I think he just wrote something for Sean Paul actually, like a pop record.
I've been listening to Sean Paul past few days.
Yeah, that's really good.
Sean Paul
He's
is
crazy though. He's crazy.
mad underrated, bro.
Yeah, Sean Paul has classics. Can't deny that. Who else production wise? Damn. I don't know. There's so many. Like inspiration. Obviously Dave. I'd put Dave in there. Congrats to Dave. He just won Album of the Year. At the Brit Awards. Shout out to Stormzy as well. He just won Male Solo of the Year at the Brit Awards as well. I wish Burna Boy won the international award, but it went to a group called Fouls. I'm not too sure. I don't know where they're from. That's what they say. And shout out to Tyler the Creator for bigging up Theresa May as well when he won.
Did he?
Yeah, he said the reason why I wasn't here 5 years ago was because of Theresa May. So I know she's pissed right now. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's the.
I'm sure she's got bigger things to worry about.
Yeah, but that was the reason he couldn't come to the country 5 years ago.
Sure.
Because of his, he's got I think he's got priors. So those are things. But yeah, before we go, actually, just a little glimpse of because obviously your stories are a bit different.
Yeah.
And we've obviously covered a bit of that as well. A lot of the topics right now in terms of musicians and creatives is mental health. So just a little glimpse of how you guys deal with it as people would be some kind of an insight to help maybe someone that's listening, maybe help to someone that's because I'm an advocate as well, just of especially guys, because as guys I don't think we do it as much. So I think expressing it is always a good thing.
Yeah.
Whether it be on private, to God, around family, friends, that's always, and regardless. So I don't know if that's something, or just one little thing that you guys want to talk about mental health that could help someone, and how you express it. Obviously, music is the main thing, but just in general, and that would be probably a great way to end the show, really.
Yeah. Well, I just got very public about my mental health.
No. I think I've been public as well on here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because like for several years, I was privately dealing with moments of depression and suicidal thoughts, and I would always like find a way of pushing it aside and not facing it and not opening up to people about it. And then, yeah, heading into this year, it got very severe. And so I went to the doctor. And then from that, I found confidence to begin those conversations with people.
Sick.
And
Sick.
with God as well.
Sick.
And then after that, I decided, let me just put this on social media as a statement of this is what I'm dealing with. But I'm seeking help to heal. And that's been very liberating. Like, now those struggles are in the light. I feel like I can actually deal with them effectively. And I got support. I got people around me who
Cold.
are checking on me, and people who are going through a similar thing too. So that's opened up a lot of very deep conversations, so I don't feel alone anymore.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, there's power in being vulnerable. I think the only advice I'll give people is talk about it. Don't let those demons grow in the dark. Everything evil and sinister grows in the dark. When you bring it to the light, it can't survive. And so,
Jeez, them bars there, yeah, nah. Them bars there. I wish that could be the title, but that's too long. I wish that could be the title of this episode, but it's too long. I'm so sorry.
That's all
But
good.
yeah, but nah, the title's gonna be Rich Exchange, so
That's
as I think it's only right.
it's a
But
great title.
how about you? How about yourself?
How do I deal with it? I
If
think
there
I'm-
have been episodes or anything like that.
Absolutely, man. I'm human. Everybody deals with it in some way, whether or not you acknowledge that's
Yeah.
what's happening.
Mm.
I think I'm the type of person that I go through a lot of things and I don't acknowledge how I'm feeling until it manifests into something, and it's often too late to do something about it. I'm just like behaving in a certain way, and I realize it's a problem quite far down the line. So I've now adapted, and I try to stay on top of my mental state, try to keep healthy socially, because I think, like I was saying, as an introvert, spending a lot of time by yourself, your ideas, and your internal dialogue is very, very loud, and that is not necessarily
A great thing.
it's not a good position to be in, especially when it's just not a good position to be in. So
I heard you.
over time, I think I've just learned how to be more honest with where I'm at.
Yeah.
To watch where I'm at, exercise regularly, eat right. It's very important. Like, what you put in, you get out.
Yeah.
To spend time listening to the right things as well. There's a lot of negative voices in the world. There's a lot of like things on social media and advertising and media in general that are just so toxic.
Listen, advertising's mad, man.
Yeah, the things that these companies want to do to you, it's like you need to. Sometimes I'm like, I just need to just get in and get out.
Yeah, sometimes I'm thinking, should I go work in advertising just to kind of see what the deep dive of it? Because the way that it's looking and stuff I'm hearing, I'm like, shit, is this how they do this?
Yeah,
It's
man.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Just understanding like the fact that you intake so much information and you're flicking through and you're seeing thousands of images per day, and not understanding the origins of a lot of your feelings and emotions because of the influx of information. It's
Overwhelming, yeah.
It's overwhelming, so you will be overwhelmed naturally, and I feel for people who are coming into this world. Like, I think as a kid I was oblivious to what I was growing up into, but now I'm here, I'm like, this isn't really a place to stick around.
Yeah.
And I understand why a lot of people feel that way.
I heard you.
But we're all necessary. We're all here for an absolute reason. If we weren't supposed to be here, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And I think it's just important to be productive, be creative, and hang on in there, man. Like, you're so necessary. There's no other way to word it,
Yeah.
really.
No, that's cool, man. No, I appreciate you, man, just reasoning and just telling people, like, you're not alone, like, you're not just suffering alone. Because there was a guy, actually, recently, who used to be a drug addict, cocaine addict, and he's obviously been clean for 10 to 20 plus years, and he had the thoughts again of addiction, and the way he got over it was to speak to his wife about it, and now he's okay. And then he's like, I'm going for a walk, fresh air, just to get it off my mind and stuff. And then he recorded himself, put it on Twitter, like saying he's not alone. You're not. I don't know. I forgot his name, but he was just expressing it, just on his phone while he's walking, middle of Barcelona, chilling, Like, so I've had that in a sense of not being able to express myself and just not having not having conversations, and like I'm still kind of close. Like I had a conversation with someone actually about it, like because she was saying about star signs. We were talking about star signs and stuff like that, and she found out what my star sign was. It's like how, and she kind of realized how I was and stuff. It's kind of like the trait of my star sign, and I was like, not necessarily. I think it's just me as a person, like from young, when you just made me that way, and then certain things grew with being the only Asian guy living in this certain area, or to being different already, not having that many friends, even though I have a lot of people that I know around me. It's like trust issues and actual insecurities and various other things. So that's why I'm thankful having this podcast, and we're reaching 100 episodes. That I'm just happy that it's got to this, because there were times, and people know that, where I nearly gave up and just wanted to stop, like just gave up, and then people were just saying, no, don't worry, you're okay, man, just keep going and recording and stuff like that, and then yeah, it's just I've never not regretted it since. I don't have no regrets on not stopping, and just, yeah, there were times I'm like, done, I should be done with this, like what the hell, but nah, man, we just made it. So this is a great time right now for anybody that's starting podcasts or on podcast game for time or thinking about quitting. Like, listen, not everyone survives in this game, and so consistency is key. Keep at it and you'll get there. Obviously it's already hard for me just doing this by myself, but obviously you got the support of people, not just James, but other people that have come through on this podcast, our supporters, people I've obviously outsourced or anything like that. So I just appreciate everybody that's come through. Episode 99, so appreciate you guys just coming along. This is the first time we've actually met and had a conversation.
Yeah, that's funny as well,
but I think it's been just a great conversation in general. So
cool.
It's been an honor to have you guys just talk, not just about music, but just life in general as well, and kind of show these guys like, yo, being different is cool. Being different is a superpower, as we said. Superheroes, you superheroes. So that's always a great thing to say. So usually we have an outro song. I don't know what to pick. I was gonna think you guys might have one of your songs, maybe, or do you want an outro song off the project, or do you want like just a random song?
Okay. If
There's
I'm picking, then Wasn't For Me from the project.
Wasn't For Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That will be the outro song for this episode. So iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Play. I'm trying to get into Tidal as well, so Jay-Z, please holler at me. I'm trying to tie anybody there, bruv, anybody. But yeah, trying to get a Kith and Kim podcast. Shout out to Guap Magazine, we're on their platform as well, so shout out to them. YouTube Thursdays and Sundays. So hopefully you guys tune into those, subscribe, comment, like, everything. Their socials will be in the description below as well. Obviously check out Rich Exchange, as well as their individual projects. I think that will be a good insight as well, not just the collaborative project, but actual individual projects as well that's on streaming platforms. And obviously I'm hoping no one looks for those old mixtapes, because
You won't find them.
you know the ones that download, that click download. Oh snap! But hopefully no one don't need to look for them. Look for the ones that are.
Yeah, don't look at my history, man. Yeah. Think about the future.
Go to the Spotify. Go to the Spotify. Help make the money, man. Streams and that. Is it on Tidal as well and stuff like that?
It is, yeah.
How do you? Because Tidal, is really weird to. It looks individual. You have to have your own account or something like that.
No, it's the same. Like, so if you're using just a platform to release all your stuff.
Yeah.
Like one of those companies, you can just select.
Yeah,
Titles.
because I use SoundCloud as the main, and then RSS feed just goes spread out.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
It's completely different if you release the music, of course.
Yeah. That's the difference between podcast and music as well.
Yeah.
Different ways of outsourcing your stuff.
Mm.
But yeah, peace out to the Mandem. Appreciate you guys coming down. It's all love at the end of the day.